It's Friday the 13th. What could possibly go wrong? Let's go. Hey, good morning, everyone. It is Craig Bennett, aka Cash Keg. Friday the 13th here. We're going to talk a little prize picks. Just can't get over the hump the last few days. Ended up splitting, going 4-4 yesterday. Killed the Max Struess bet. Butler over 38.5. Killed that one. Tyrese Maxey. We had Danny Green get hurt early in that game with Embiid landing on his leg, and he shot 1 for 7. So we went under on that one. I thought it was a shoo-in after Danny Green went down. But man, Philly needs a retool, and they better not sign James Harden for another 4-year max contract. That will be Philly will never let him down. They just can't. He's just not the same player. He's not worth that money. Gabe Vincent, and we lost that one. We had the under, and he went over that one as well. And then the late game, again, Luka had a monster game, so I figured he would do. He crushed his. Chris Paul still struggling. He went under. We won that one. And then same kind of thing. Finney Smith, we lost that one in 3-pointers made. Same with Brunson. And Bullock just had a monster game. He was the one doing all the scoring, rebounding. He just had a monster game at home. So took a lot of those plays from those guys. So 4-4. Again, Friday the 13th. We're still going to keep it going. What could possibly go wrong? Maybe this is what we need. Maybe we need Friday the 13th to change our luck here and get on another hot streak like we were on a couple days ago. Let's hope we come into the weekend. Last weekend, we absolutely smashed. So let's come into the weekend strong and get all over it. So, hey, if you like these videos, hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. And we'll just keep knocking out some plays, talk a little game theory, and hopefully make a little bit of money this weekend. So, with that, let's dive right into it. Let's go. All right, NBA Prizepicks desktop up here. If you don't have an account, use that promo code DFSArmy. Get that 100% instant deposit match up to $100. We're going to talk some first half plays. We're going to talk some full basketball plays. But we're going to start with the first half plays. Now, we got game 6 here in Milwaukee. They're up 3-2 right now. They can close out this series at home. Boston's going to be fighting tooth and nail here. First half, I'm going fantasy score here. I was looking at points, rebounds, and assists. If you want to take these, I like both of them on Smart and Horford. I know some people watch this video that don't play prize picks that use these on books that are out there. But you still can't play the first half in a lot of this, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But I like big games that allow these Boston guys. I'm leaning those guys. I'm leaning they're going to play heavy minutes. But I like the fantasy score a little bit more. And the first one we're going Al Horford over 17 fantasy score here. Again, he's went over this every game. I don't think it's stopping. I think he's going to play a ton of minutes. We still got the old Time Lord, Big Bob Williams is still questionable here. So I'm going to keep going Al Horford here. I like the fantasy score because these steals and blocks do add up. And with how hard they're going to play, he might grab a couple here. So I'm going to go the over 17 fantasy score here. If you wanted to go the over 12 points, rebounds, and assists, I can understand that. But I do like that over fantasy score for him. So that's where I'm going to lean. They need a big game out of him. They really do. And the next one I'm going to go is the same thing. I'm going to go Marcus Smart. And I'm going to go over on Marcus Smart as well. Fantasy score, same kind of thing. Just need a massive game out of him. And he should be playing just a ton of minutes. And so, when these do or die games like this, I don't feel like it's going to be like that Dallas and Phoenix game, which wasn't it was a do or die game for Dallas. And they showed up. But I think this game, this whole series has been super competitive. I think this game comes down the wire again. If you haven't watched last game, man, go back and watch the last couple minutes because Drew Holiday made Marcus Smart look ridiculous. Blocked his shot and then threw it off of him, and then he ended up stealing the ball at half court to seal the game off, and it was just absolutely amazing what he did. So this should be a good one here, but I'm going to take here Marcus Smart and Al Horford over 14 and 17 fantasy points for the first half. Let's go talk about the full game here. Again, they're going to need some big games out of some of these guys in Boston here. They're just going to play all the minutes they can handle. Now, I was going back and forth this morning between Jalen Brown and Jayson Tatum because one of these guys is going to hit this over. I'm leaning Tatum more than Brown. And the only reason I'm doing this is his shot volume is trending way up. The last 2 games, he shot 24 and 29 times compared to the first 3 games of the series where he shot 18, 20, and 19 times. And he's averaged 42 minutes over the series. If we go look at Jalen Brown, on the other hand, he's averaged 36 minutes over the series, and he shot 13, 18, 16, 11, and 19. I'll take the more field goal attempts here, especially 24, 29. I think Jayson Tatum's going to try to put the team on his back. Now the juice is on the under for Tatum, but it's at the lines at 29.5 at minus 115 to minus 120. On Jalen Brown, the juice is on the over at minus 120 at the 23.5. So it's a decision you got to make which one you want to go. I'm leaning more Tatum here. Just kind of want to throw out the stats of all of them. But I like Tatum's minutes more. I like that he's shooting more the last 2 games, just massive amount of shots, 24 and 29. I think we see 25 to 20 or 30 shots out of him. That's why I'm going to lean him in the over. But I can also understand if you want to take Jalen Brown. I would take one of them, though. I think one of them definitely gets there. But I'm going to lead Tatum in this one. So that's where I'm going to go. Just looking at this a little bit more, if you wanted to take a shot at Al Horford, he struggled a little bit that last game. But if you wanted to take a shot at him, one of these guys I wouldn't take Smart's points, but maybe you want to take a shot on Al Horford's points. But one of these guys is going to go off, and it could be multiple here. And then the last play we're going to talk about is one that I struggled with because is Bud going to do the same thing, the coach of Milwaukee? Now, he kind of threw us for a loop here, started Lopez last game, and he changed things up. He pulled him out like 4 minutes into the game, and he only played 20 minutes that entire game, and he shot 1 for 4, shot 1 shot. The 2 games previous to that, he played 29 and 29 minutes. So I think Bud felt like they needed a change, and they played more Bobby Portis. So Bobby Portis played a total of 28 minutes. So he played basically the starter minutes, and Lopez played the basically backup minutes, even though he started. So this play is more on how do you feel like the game is going to go? Do you feel like the change of what Bud did is going to stick? Are they going to stick with it this game? And are they going to take Brook Lopez and are they going to relegate him to only 20 minutes again? Or are they going to play him what they did in the past? Now the juice is on the under around minus 120 on the under 10.5 points. He's only hit it twice in these games, but they were both games at home, and this game's at home. So this play all depends on how you feel like what Bud's gonna do. Is he gonna play Portis 28 minutes and Lopez 20? And if you feel like that's gonna be the case, then the under is the play here. If you feel like they're gonna flip it and Portis is gonna go back to his 20 minutes and Lopez is gonna play 28, then the over is the play. So it's one of those things where you kind of have to make that decision on what you feel like this is going to be. Now, to me, looking at the lines and where people are betting, I think they're, with recency bias setting on with people, they feel like that Brook Lopez is probably going to be relegated to that 20-minute role again. And it's not like he was in foul trouble. He only had 1 foul. It was a blatant change of what they wanted to do, and they put Portis out there more. Now, they ended up winning that game. The energy that he brings out there. I mean, Portis was massive. I mean, the reason that they got to that point, Portis had that rebound and put back towards the end of the game. So I'm going to lean the under here. I'm kind of going to go with what happened last game, but keep that in mind when making that decision for Lopez because, it really just depends on how many minutes you think he's going to play. Because when he's playing, like on game 2, he played 25 minutes. He was in foul trouble, but he only shot 2 times, right? And that was at Boston. But the home games, he shot more. But are we going to see that many minutes? So keep that in mind when making those decisions. But that's kind of what I'm leaning at right now for these games. I really like the first half fantasy points for both Smart and Horford here. Those are my top 2 plays. And then I would take Tatum points is number 3. And then Brook Lopez is number 4, just because it's one of those speculative. Is Bud going to keep doing the same thing? So that's what I'm kind of leaning at here. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Are they going to let Brook Lopez continue to play decent minutes like they did at home in games 3 and 4? Or are they going to go what they did in game 5, where they relegated his minutes to Bobby Portis, and Bobby Portis got the run? So curious your thoughts on that, but that's got to be your decision when making choices for today. So with that, appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a great Friday. I know it's Friday the 13th, but try to enjoy yourself going into the weekend. Let's see if we close this game, if Milwaukee closes this game out, or we go to a game 7. I hope we go to a game 7, but at home for Milwaukee, it should be a good one. So with that, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.